Coming up next on the Legacy Journeys podcast. I ain't gonna lie, I have looked through his phone before, but it was never a habit. Like, I didn't have to do it all the time because he didn't give me a reason to. And the stuff I seen, it was like, yeah. After a while, I stopped looking because I was like, damn, like, I'm getting bored. Because
my life was boring.
Like, why are you doing this?
My life was vanilla.
I mean, I like vanilla mixed with some chocolate.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You know what I'm saying? I like that. Not that swirl, but you know.
I was wondering how you was gonna back out of it.
Woo! Like this. Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of Legacy Journeys, where couples over 40 come to embrace the now, explore what's next, and evolve their relationship with real talk, real love, and a whole lot of laughter. I'm your host, Liv, along with my co-host,
Carlton, the host with the most, coast to coast. How y'all doing out there?
Good. How are you?
Awesome.
Yeah, I bet you.
I'm feeling really
real
good.
Nice.
I'm feeling really good about life.
I know that's right.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
So, all right. So, should we just jump right into this episode?
I think we should.
All right, y'all. So, we're going to have a discussion on should you share your passwords in relationships?
Mm-hmm.
How do y'all feel about that?
Yes. Go ahead and drop it in the comments.
Yes.
Now.
Let us know.
Yes.
Not right now.
Yeah.
Right now.
Yeah, please.
All right. So, have any of y'all ever felt that little knot in your stomach when your partner casually or not so casually asks for your phone password? Yeah. I'm sure y'all do. Or hey, maybe you're the one thinking is asking for their password the ultimate sign of trust? Or are you about to crack open a digital Pandora's box that could mess everything up? Yeah, that's something to think about. It's a real minefield in modern relationships. A recent poll actually showed that over 40% of couples share at least some passwords, while 38% share everything. So what's the smart move? Is it the key to an unbreakable bond or a one-way street to privacy nightmares and serious control issues?
That's a really good question. But
Yeah.
before we get into the answer to that question, before we go on into the show,
what you got?
We gotta address the elephant in the room, and that is the new swag,
dun, dun, dun,
the Legacy Journey
dun, dun,
swag.
dun, dun,
We
dun,
got
dun,
hats,
dun, dun,
we got shirts, we got mugs. Yes, we got mugs, nice mugs. You can sip on your coffee.
Okay, I wish
your
I
libation.
Had some coffee with some Baileys. Oh, that would be so good.
Yeah, that's going to be really good.
Like that mugs. White chocolate mocha I like from Starbucks.
That would be nice.
So good.
That would be nice. Yeah, that would be nice. So yeah, we got this swag, y'all. So definitely support the movement, support the channel, support the podcast.
Yes.
By getting you a piece of merch. It's one of the first, first order, first runs. So yeah, it'll be legendary. So go ahead and get it. Go to www.legacyjourneys.net/swag. That's SWAG. All right. And you can get a shirt, hat, different colors. And also we have bundles as well. So if your couple watching this, you and your honey can get one. Together. Yes. So definitely check that out. www.legacyjourneys.net/swag. All right. So on that question, right? Now let's be honest. In this super connected world, our digital lives are real lives, there are real lives in so many ways.
Right.
Our phones and accounts hold privacy chats, our money details, our random thoughts, and how we connect with everyone. So when you talk about sharing passwords with your partner, the stakes are high, like sky high.
Yeah.
Now, it's a chat that's coming up more and more. Some folks see it as being totally transparent, like, hey, I got nothing to hide. Others just cringe, thinking it's a huge invasion of privacy, personal space, and a recipe for disaster. Today, we're getting into all of it. We're not just scratching the surface, we're looking at the sometimes surprising pros and potentially awful cons that every couple needs to think about before merging their digital worlds.
Yes.
Because for real, this isn't just about making things easy, it's about trust, privacy, being your own person, and the health of your relationship itself.
Yeah.
You know. So we'll check out what the experts are saying, what real couples are going through, and help you figure out where you stand on this tricky topic. And spoiler, there's no one size fits all answer here.
No, absolutely not.
No, but getting the full picture, right? That's something you got to do.
Yeah, because I mean, so we share phone passwords. We've been sharing our phone passwords.
Ooh, for years.
For years.
Yeah, for years.
And so far, it hasn't been a problem for us. I mean, did you ever have any fears about it, or?
I mean,
be honest.
I mean, yeah, I am going to be honest. I'm trying to think back in time.
Oh, okay.
And when I was maybe apprehensive, hey, we've been together since 2016.
Oh, wow.
So, but I don't think we were sharing passwords that early. Maybe within that year or something after we moved in. Once we moved in, it became a whole different ball game, I think.
No, not right after. We moved in like a couple of months after we first met.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we're still together.
I know, right? That is crazy.
It is.
I wouldn't suggest anyone try.
Right.
Try it at your own risk, okay?
Right.
I mean, yeah. Try it at your own risk.
Yeah. But it been at least, I mean, it wasn't right off the bat.
No, it wasn't right off the bat, but
it probably was maybe like
maybe 2019.
You think it was 3 years?
20.
You think it was 3 years before you got my password to my phone? Nah, it wasn't 3 years, babe.
I don't know.
Nah, it wasn't
honestly.
Because I think you asked me one time, and I was like, here. There it is. And I gave it to you.
Well, I don't know. It's... I don't know. I'm just saying. It hasn't been bad for us. But then again, like, I wasn't the type to look through his phone. I ain't gonna lie, I have looked through his phone before, but it was never a habit. Like, I didn't have to do it all the time because he didn't give me a reason to. And the stuff I seen, it was like, yeah. After a while, I stopped looking because I was like, damn, like, I'm getting bored. Because
my life was boring.
Like, why are you doing this?
My life was vanilla.
I mean, I like vanilla mixed with some chocolate.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I like that. Not that swirl, but, you know.
I was wondering how you was going to back out of it.
Woo! Like this. But anyway, man, stop taking me off subject. What's my part?
I'll take the blame. Listen, we're going to go over the pros.
Okay.
Right now.
Right.
Yeah.
And the first one, transparency and building deeper trust.
Mm-hmm.
For a lot of people, sharing passwords is the peak of being open. It's like saying, my digital life is an open book to you. Mm-hmm. I've got zero secrets. Mm-hmm. This can feel like a huge symbol of trust and commitment. Yeah, I don't know if I could see myself doing this like with somebody I didn't live with, though.
Yeah,
because you could be with somebody for years
right,
and not necessarily live together.
right,
Yeah, I don't know if I would be willing to do that and we didn't live together.
right.
Because it's like, why?
Yeah, yeah. Oh, and especially if y'all relationship ain't progressing to that. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend it at that
Right.
point.
And we'll get into the cons, okay,
Right.
of it, which will kind of give you an idea. And so when both partners are willingly in on it, it can squash suspicion and make things feel more secure. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The thinking is if there are no locked digital doors, there's less space for doubt to sneak in. Yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, so we share phone passwords, but like we don't share Facebook passwords. I mean,
Right.
well, I don't know. So apparently, I don't know if any of y'all couples like I updated the Facebook app, and so somehow, which I thought was weird, it has my login and it has Carlton's login. Is yours isn't like that?
I don't log out of. I don't log.
Oh
out of
yeah,
my
he
Facebook,
doesn't log
though.
out.
She logs
I
out.
log
Log in and
yeah,
out every time.
every time I use Facebook, I'll log out.
Yeah, I don't do that.
Because I don't want. I don't know. I guess in my mind, I didn't want people assuming I was on because you could see
the little thing turns
yeah,
green. Oh yeah.
and I was just like,
I think you could turn that off though.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, I think you turn it off.
Oh, okay. Well, either way, but what was my point? Either way, so I seen that I can log into his.
Right, that was your point.
Yeah, it was either mine or his, and I was like, interesting, because I don't log into his like that because I have no need to. Like, I don't feel the need to look him up and see what he's doing because I trust him. And it just is what it is. So, and I don't need to go into his messenger because first of all, he barely even goes through his messenger. So yeah, it's just too much work trying to snoop and shit, and for what?
Yeah.
That's just too much work. I can't keep up.
It's a lot of work.
That's why, yeah.
Trying to keep up with somebody.
Right.
Yeah, that's a lot of work. That's what a trust is, like building a deeper trust.
Right.
So yeah.
I mean, because you could go through everything that you've ever done.
Right.
Or said or did, especially I'm sure like Instagram. You know what I'm saying? And I don't use Instagram either. I mean, I tried to use it for our podcast. It's just way over my head. And
yeah, all these social medias, they have their whole different marketing things. But yeah, but to your point though, like logging into, I think you got my Facebook password and login credentials because we needed to do something with our group or something. We needed to do something, make a post in your name.
Why would I log into your account?
Yeah, so I mean, but like you said,
I could see people. I mean, I could totally get somebody being a little fearful if you're the type who's on there. You know what I'm saying? You're on there for socializing. Meeting women or whatever the case may be, where you may be afraid to share your password for that. And I mean,
yeah. If you're dating other people and all of that, yeah.
Right, but
you're saying if you're in a couple and you meet in the okay,
I could see. I'm saying I could see like a partner being skeptical about sharing their social media passwords, such as Facebook, because you could track. Like, you could look through everything.
Right.
And I mean, I don't know. I guess it's for, I'm saying with like men who may have like sent messages or liked certain pictures or whatever, and they may not want to reveal that. Or vice versa.
Yeah.
It's not just men, woman liking this or, I don't know. It's just, like it said, it's a Pandora's box.
Yeah. Life
because
is like
it's
a box
so
of
much.
chocolates. Yeah.
It's so much.
Yeah, you are opening Pandora's box.
Right. And
But that depends on how, again, too, like, staying with the Facebook example, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been on Facebook since like 2009.
Right.
Or something like that.
Who has time to go through your shit?
Who has time to go through that much of somebody's life?
I mean,
you know what
if
I'm saying?
it's somebody like, okay, and I hate to bring him up because he passed away, God rest his soul. But like with my ex, like, yeah, I absolutely would have went through all his, because he was, I couldn't trust him.
So he gave you a reason not to trust him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
He constantly gave me reasons not to trust him. And so, yeah, I would have taken the time to go through his shit.
Right, but you didn't have his password.
Oh, hell no. Absolutely not. And so that's what I'm saying, where the, apprehension with like giving your password and somebody like really into your world.
Yeah.
But let's continue because I don't want to say too much. Some studies even hint that couples who freely share passwords without any pressure might actually be happier in their relationship.
Yeah, you ain't got to think
Y'all
about that.
Y'all hear that?
You ain't got to think about like...
So share your password. If you ain't got nothing to hide, then what's the problem? And then, you know what? I'm going to take it even a step further. At our age, and I'm going to just say this, at our age, there is no reason why you should be doing something, you know what I'm saying, where you can't share your password and you over 40. I mean, that's just crazy to me.
If you're in a committed relationship.
If you're in a committed relationship, right. Yes, of course.
Right.
If you're single, do your thing. Well, why would you share your password? That's just ridiculous. Right. But if you're in a committed relationship,
right,
and you're over 40,
and y'all live together,
like, it's too much work.
It's a lot of work.
Like, and then from what I'm hearing, women, like, now they requesting certain things. You know, when they first go out on dates, expensive restaurants or whatever. Okay, yeah. I'm just saying, it's expensive. I don't know how y'all do it. It's just too much of a headache. But I understand that women still, unfortunately, go through that. And men, too. I'm not going to say it's all men. I'm always like the men. But I don't know of any women that cheat like that. So I can say that. I don't know of any woman that I've known that has cheated on her man. She was in a committed relationship. Because most women I know, if they rather just leave than cheat. So, I mean, and that's why, and no offense to you guys, I'm just saying, y'all can let me know.
Yeah. I mean, I do know of some women who was in a committed relationship.
And cheated?
Cheated on their mate, babe.
Oh, see, I don't know of any. Yeah. Oh, wow, okay.
I mean, people, that's why I be like human beings.
Right.
Human beings. Like,
I get it, but yeah, I don't know anybody like that.
I understand.
Especially around our age.
Yeah, especially
who's seriously looking for a commitment. Yeah, I just can't see that at our age.
Right.
Playing games.
Right, yeah.
You know, because that's what it is. Anyway, it's seen as a real show of devotion, proving you're a team with no secrets. And that's what it's about. Y'all being a team. Like, again, we don't share social media passwords, but that's because I trust him. I know he's not one to be on there socially all the time. He used that for business. Ever since I've known him, he's always been on it for business purposes, to make money, not to lollygag and, socialize. I mean, yeah, social,
networking, but building relationships.
Exactly.
Yeah, but
networking.
Not. I don't know. I ain't trying to do no.
So, and then for me to go into his messenger, it's just, I could, but what am I looking for? At this point, Cause he don't want this smoke.
Dang.
He don't want this smoke. No.
Dang.
So I trust him that he ain't doing anything crazy. Cause he already know.
See, on every episode, he already know.
Well, if you don't, you should. And I'm gonna continue saying that because you should already know. Yeah.
If you don't know, now you know.
Baby, oh nigga. It seems as a real show of devotion. I read that already. Think about someone who's been cheated on before. A new partner being open like this might feel like a massive reassurance, a way to trust in relationships again. Right. This kind of openness can make people feel incredibly safe and important, knowing their partner trusts them enough to see every part of their life. Yeah.
Yeah, that is, I agree with that. If someone has been cheated on before and they meet somebody who that's trust. Reassuring. Yeah, that's very reassuring.
And it's crazy because of my ex, like, yeah, I ain't have any trust. But it was never like that with you because you didn't make me feel like I couldn't trust you. Yeah, you never gave me any type of insecurities about us being together. Now, maybe at the very beginning, maybe, but yeah, no. And I looked, and I ain't gonna lie, I've looked through his phone before. It was just let me check because I ain't never did this, and let me just see if he's doing anything. And yeah, it was boring. And after a while, I was just like, you know what? Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever looked through my phone? No. I know.
Nah. That's not one of the pros that they said in here. No.
Okay, good.
No.
Okay. Of course you didn't. Why? Because you just don't care. You don't know what I could have been doing or saying.
Whatever's done in the dark gonna come to the light.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
For sure.
Yeah, okay. So I'm not worried.
Okay.
Yeah,
for sure.
It'll show up bright too.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll show up bright.
Yeah.
All right, so another pro is unbeatable convenience and practicality.
Huh?
What?
Unbeatable.
Convenience. Yeah.
And practicality.
Yeah, have it sharing the password.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about it.
Okay. So it says, let's be real. Life gets complicated and sometimes sharing passwords is just super practical. Who hasn't hit that, what's the Netflix password again moment? Yeah, we do that all the time.
Yes.
Yeah, we do that all the time. Or what about juggling shared streaming services, joint bank accounts, paying bills online, or keeping crazy family schedules straight? Having access to each other's important accounts can make the daily grind way smoother.
Yes.
If one person mostly handles the money, having access to the other's online banking makes budgeting a breeze. Or maybe you use a family email for school stuff or a shared calendar app. Yeah, we working on the shared calendar app, y'all.
But see, our struggle is that he's a Google person and I'm an Apple. And so I'm like, how do we, and if y'all have any suggestions, please let us know. Because I'm like, we need a shared calendar. I just don't like using Google. And he uses Google. I love Apple. So any suggestions would really help because he likes Google everything and I like Apple. Cause
Yeah.
And so
let us know.
We could get something that's in between, or maybe if we could download another type of app. Give it, please.
Yeah, there's got to be some kind of connectivity between
that we can use
these two systems. You know what I mean?
Right, because I don't think they communicate.
But I'm saying somebody done figured out how to make them communicate. In 2025,
really? Okay, I would think
somebody done figured out how to make those two communicate.
I would love if we could do that, yeah.
Okay. Y'all let us know so we don't spend days trying to figure it out.
Right.
All right.
And so, I'm sorry.
Well, we're just going to pick it up. So one study mentioned that the most commonly shared passwords are for streaming services like Netflix or Amazon Prime at 30% for U.S. couples who share, followed by other types of accounts. This convenience can cut down on those little daily headaches and free up brain space for more important relationship stuff.
Yes.
Yo,
God.
look, we talked today about how much stuff we have to do
and think about, and to have to I got all my passwords. I actually need to send it to him. All my passwords for websites and whatever. Yeah, I have it in my notes.
Yeah.
Remind me to send it to
you. And I use a password manager. I use LastPass.
Okay, yeah, I seen that today.
Yeah, I use LastPass. And I've been using LastPass since 2016, 2017.
Okay, and how does LastPass work?
It's like the Google password.
Okay.
It's the same. It's similar to that.
Okay.
So it can store your passwords. It can generate new passwords for you. It can do stuff like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just a password manager.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, you got caught.
They're going crazy.
It's trying to hook you. All right. What's that third pro?
All right. So crucial access in emergency situations, which is so important. This one's a biggie and often a really strong reason for sharing at least some key passwords. In an emergency, like a sudden illness, an accident, or if one partner is totally unreachable, getting into their phone or important accounts can be a lifesaver. Yeah, even if it's for an emergency reason. If y'all have been cohabitating for however many years, then at this point, I would say even at least a year.
Yeah.
Like, how are you living with them and you don't fully trust them?
Yeah, you need some emergency contact.
Right, just in case.
Yeah.
Like they say, it could be an emergency.
Right.
And you don't have, let's say you don't have your phone.
Right.
And I may need to get into it.
Right. Yeah.
Simple stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I mean, I get it for social media, but for a phone, it shouldn't be that difficult.
Yep.
Picture this. Your partner is rushed to the hospital and you need to call their family, find medical info in their email, or deal with urgent money matters.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
It happens.
Knowing their phone passcode or email password could be a game changer in a super stressful situation. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And speaking of, I know he's shared with me how his passwords work, but you need to give me your email. But Google, can't you just... I need your passwords for that,
Email?
just in case.
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, we for real on the show. This is part of our checklist for setup. Like, good idea come in. Like, all right, cool.
Yeah, I never thought about that.
Okay, gotcha.
And your account information, like your login for your Wells Fargo.
Okay, gotcha. I thought you had that.
Because I'm telling y'all, like I said, when my mom got sick, oh my God.
Yeah, we had to go through a lot of this stuff. Yeah. We had to go through a lot of this stuff. And I had to
figure it out from her and try to get it from her. And she was still out of it. And I'm talking about my mom, but it's the same reason why if y'all are partners, y'all should do it too, because you never know what may happen.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want an emergency like that where you can't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
And God forbid it's rushed to the hospital and they're out of it. It's certain things you're gonna need so that you can tell their family member.
Yep.
Or maybe y'all out somewhere and your phone died and something happened and you need his password, or it could be anything.
Right.
So I strongly suggest it.
Right.
And look, and if you hide anything, you may want to clean that shit up. Get your life, first of all, because why you hiding something? Like, it's just, y'all, we just saying, it's just,
You get
It's
too
a
old to be
headache.
playing games.
Thank
You
you.
get too old to be playing
Thank
games.
you. Like life's supposed to be simple at our age, not difficult, like dealing with some headache of you cheating. Like, why? And then you know what? If that's the case, then leave her alone. Or girlfriend, leave him alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just can't with the games. That's why I said, if you go, I don't know, Tyrone is
You gonna get the
sounding
robot?
more and more what I showed you. Shout out to Diana. About the AI fake partner.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, cause if you got women like her having a hard time finding a good man, like, bitch.
It's hard out here for a pimp.
Yeah, but anyway, I'm just saying, y'all should be on a different level. Life is supposed to be easy, chill. We trying to take trips. You know what I'm saying? We trying to explore. We trying to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sorry, I know I got a little bit deep on y'all.
It's on the hat.
Right there. Right there. I'm just saying. So some couples share these details specifically for these just in case moments, seeing it as being responsible, kind of like sharing emergency contacts.
Right, we just said that.
Like, how are you going to be my emergency contact, but if something happened, I can't get into your phone?
Right.
Like, that's just weird.
Yeah, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody, y'all. Anything could go down. We've experienced a couple of things most recently, like within the last year. So yeah, anything could go down.
Anything can go down.
Yeah, so think about what y'all doing.
Right.
Another pro, and then we're going to get into the cons, basically what I'm trying to say. It says, sharing your passwords is a sign of deep commitment and partnership. And then it says, for some.
For some.
All right, it says, beyond just trust, for some people, sharing passwords shows a really deep commitment, like two lives becoming one. It's like an add-on to sharing a house, money, or future plans.
Right.
Some research shows, some research does find a connection between sharing passwords willingly, no pressure, and how long or happy a relationship is, as it can make that feeling of togetherness stronger. For these couples, it's less about snooping and more about acting as a single team in all parts of life, online stuff included. It can be a way of saying, what's mine is yours. Truly covers their online world too. All right? This usually comes in from a place where both people feel secure in themselves and the relationship, and password sharing is just another piece of their shared life. Right. It's super important to highlight for some here because this is a very personal thing and really depends on what each person values and how their relationship works.
And that's what I said. If you see yourself being with this person forever, then why not?
Right.
Like, what do you have to lose by it?
Right.
It just makes logical sense to me. Well, for us, but
yeah. I mean, but y'all's situation may be different, but
yeah, I don't have anything to hide again from him, and he doesn't have anything to hide from me. And it's refreshing.
Yeah.
It's so refreshing to have that total trust in somebody. Like they got you. Like we got each other. We got each other's back like all the time. No matter what. And so just keep that in mind.
Yep, like I said, it's a sign of deep commitment.
Yeah.
The main thing is that this feeling of commitment comes from both people wanting this level of sharing, not because one person feels forced or guilt tripped.
Yeah.
Okay, these are some pretty convincing reasons why a couple might decide to share passwords. It sounds like a world of openness, ease, and solid trust. It's just a recurring thing, just about trust. But like with most things in life and love, there's always another side to the story.
All right, and that brings part 2 The privacy disaster argument. The cons of sharing passwords. Okay, let's flip it. What are the downsides? The risk. Why do many people say absolutely not to sharing passwords, seeing it as a privacy train wreck waiting to happen? Who? Let us know if that's how y'all feel about it. Because again, if you're living with somebody, I don't know. Con one, the obvious loss of personal privacy. Sure, this is probably the first red flag for many. Sharing passwords basically means you're giving someone the keys to your private, unfiltered life. Your partner can see your personal messages with friends and family, your emails, which might have sensitive work stuff, or old messages with exes, your search history, your private thoughts you've jotted down, everything. Now, okay, I never thought about looking up your Google history.
Like, you mean Gmail?
Or Google,
Search.
if you search history.
Oh, okay.
Thank you. Ooh, you could tell I'm old. Search history to see what you have looked up. Now that's some I guess people are out there who be doing whatever, and you got people with trust issues. But to go looking through your search history, to see what you've looked up.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that if somebody's acting maybe weird, if somebody start acting weird,
right?
You know what I mean?
But just on a regular,
yeah, I don't know, man. I ain't got time for that.
Yeah, that's just crazy to me.
Yeah, I mean,
unless they giving you reason,
right?
Okay, I get it, but even still, that is a headache. I couldn't be with somebody that I'm constantly having to do that with. Now, at least not now.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah, that's way too much.
Yeah, that's a lot. All right, it says, even in the most trusting relationships. I was reading.
No.
Were you reading? That was you. God dog it. God dog it. We can punch that in. Even in the most
trusting relationships, this can feel like a massive intrusion. Everyone needs a little bit of their life that's just for them. A place to vent to a friend without it turning into a relationship drama, or to secretly look up a surprise gift. Okay. Constant access can wear away at that personal space. You have a right to digital privacy. Giving your partner access means they could, even by accident, see things they weren't supposed to, leading to misunderstandings or hurt.
Kaspersky.
Okay, a Kaspersky study found that many respondents worry about their partners crossing digital privacy lines. I will hope that is not the case at our age. Because what are you doing?
Right.
On Facebook, granddad? What are you sending dick pics, granddad?
Right.
Auntie,
I never thought about that.
Girls Gone Wild on Facebook, and you scared on Instagram, on TikTok. What?
Look, it said that only what is it, 38% of couples share their passwords. So I mean, you worry about their partner crossing digital privacy lines.
Let us know, what is it that you're afraid of? What are you doing that got you so ooh?
Okay.
What's the next con?
The next con is supposed to seem like it's gonna be a little juice. It says the high potential for misuse and broken trust. It says this where it can get seriously messy. If a relationship goes bad or ends on a sour note, shared passwords can turn into weapons. A bitter ex could misuse your account, change your passwords to lock you out, get into your financial info, Post embarrassing things pretending to be you, or dig through your private messages for dirt. Statistics from one source suggest that 6% of American adults still have password access for a former partner.
Wow.
Yeah, I can believe that. That's small, but I can believe that. Imagine the chaos and pain that could cause. Even if you change passwords after a breakup, if they had access for a while, they might know your security questions and have synced your data. The risk is even bigger if the breakup is nasty or if one partner tends to be manipulative. Trust shattered this way is incredibly hard to fix. Yeah, that's,
you know what?
That's like super duper damaging.
Okay, I get it. But yeah, I guess I understand. I don't even have anything to say to like dispute that, because yeah, people, not everybody stay together, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And they could take that information and destroy you.
Yeah.
If they want it, especially when it comes down to accounts.
Right. Yeah, that was actually kind of deep. That was
like I'm like, y'all, I got nothing.
Right.
They right. Like,
right. I'm out there making pics and posting them out.
Right.
Taking pictures of you and making crazy posts because I done got your password.
Right. Yeah.
Or I know your password.
Yeah. I can't
and posting them as you. And
I can't even see doing that unless like you had to do me like really bad for me to want to do that.
Yeah,
like
humans. They always come back to humans.
Yeah. That's unfortunate. Con 3. A slippery slope to control, coercion, and surveillance. Dang.
Yeah.
This is a really heavy one. Yeah, I'm like, surveillance? Password sharing, especially if one partner demands it or pressures the other, can be a major warning sign of controlling behavior. If one partner needs to check the other's messages or online activity, it usually points to deep trust issues, jealousy, or a desire to monitor and control. Yeah. This isn't transparency. This isn't transparency. It's spying. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. Now that is a red flag, and you need to get the hell up out of that relationship before. Yeah, we're gonna get to that where people. Have an episode where we discuss like how to get out of an abusive relationship. So yeah, because that's crazy. Right. If they want your password, that's not love. To spy on you, right, or to look up to see what you did on Facebook, who you like, that's way too much.
But what if what if that person had a history of? But I mean, it's trust issues. Anyway,
even still, like, are you gonna trust them? You know what I'm saying, or not?
Right. You don't really need to be
like. I could take in my trust issues that I had. You know what I'm saying, from my ex, and brought that on with you.
You got a point.
But why? You're not him, like.
Right.
And so.
But what if if you gave somebody the suspicion?
But then I would think that you would have a pretty good judge of character. I guess that's kind of hard to say
too. Is that
too.
like narcissism too, or you just controlling? Yeah, that's
it's a form of
have your
narcissism.
I don't trust you.
Right. To look up what you right. Yeah, that's one thing. Nothing. If they wanted just to look you up or to check on you and see what you've been doing, yeah, that's definitely a red flag. Healthy relationships are built on respect and equality, not on one person having the power to police the other's private life. Yeah, that's not what sharing passwords is about. If you got that much time on your hands, you need to get you another hobby or something.
Yeah, if you just feel like that about your
Right.
mate, yeah.
Why are
you
you
be
with
doing all
them?
that.
Like, some experts have even said that wanting to share passwords can be a big giveaway that both partners are insecure, possibly because one wants to own the other.
Okay, gotcha. It's like almost like love bombing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
This
something
is super
similar.
unhealthy and can even lead to other kinds of emotional abuse. Demanding access isn't love. It can be a sign of wanting control.
Oh yeah,
Now,
that's
yeah,
deep.
there is definitely a
That's deep.
difference.
That is deep. All right, we're gonna push through this next con because we almost through with them. All right, the next con is erosion of individual autonomy and unhealthy dependency. Having your digital life constantly open to your partner can blur important lines and chip away at your sense of who you are. We all need some independence, that feeling of having our own identity, even when we're close to someone. If you know your partner could be reading your messages anytime, you might start filtering yourself, even with close friends or family. That's not healthy. Plus, relying on each other for all account access can create an unhealthy codependency. I was thinking about that word earlier. What if you urgently need to get something and your partner isn't around? Or when we talked about that earlier, right? If you need to get something and your partner's around, a phone or something, or if you just wanted to handle your own stuff without someone looking over your shoulder. Keeping some digital separation helps hold on to that vital sense of being your own person. I mean, I can understand that to a degree.
Again, what are you hiding?
Yeah. Are you losing your autonomy? I guess because it's saying like you'll be overly conscious about what you post.
Oh, because they got access.
Yeah.
Okay, I could see that.
Yeah.
I mean, but you're gonna be yourself, right?
You should.
Unless you see, I guess I'm the wrong person because I'm not a social media. Yeah, I'll be on TikTok, but not like on some ill shit that I'm afraid he'll see.
Right.
Well, and then I use our account. So anyway, I don't even know. Yeah, I use our account. I don't even use my own account anymore. So if those of you who are following me, Olivia, I think it's probably Olivia Mincy. Yeah, come follow us because I don't even use that account
at the Legacy Journeys podcast one, right?
Legacy Journeys podcast on TikTok. All right, so con 5, it doesn't actually solve underlying trust issues, and might make them worse.
I get it.
This is a huge point experts often make. Sharing passwords is not a magic fix for building real trust. If trust is already weak, demanding or giving passwords is like putting a band-aid on a deep wound. It doesn't solve the real problem. In fact, it can make insecurities even worse. The partner who feels they need to check might get more suspicious, twisting innocent messages or constantly looking for trouble. And the partner being watched might feel resentful and pull away even more. Real trust comes from open talks, respect, consistent actions, and feeling safe together, not from being able to snoop through someone's digital life. If jealousy or distrust is driving one partner, password sharing might just add fuel to that fire instead of putting it out. The downsides are clearly pretty big. Yeah. From awkward privacy invasions to serious trust breaches and even emotional control. It really shows that what looks like a simple act of sharing can have a deep and lasting effects if it's not handled with a ton of care and mutual respect. Yeah.
Yep. So we're going to go into navigating these murky waters, finding out what works or doesn't, because everybody is different.
Right.
All right. So we've heard both sides, the shiny ideal of total trust versus the dark clouds of privacy invasion and control. Where does that leave you?
Mm-hmm.
Is there a clear right answer? Well, the truth is there's no universal yes or no. What's great for one couple could be a total disaster for another. Research shows that password sharing can be a good or bad thing for a relationship, and it mostly comes down to how much trust is there to begin with.
And that's what I said. I had already trusted him before we did that. And so, like I said, yeah, I looked at his phone maybe twice, but yeah, I ain't really I mean, one time his ex had said she missed him, and I'm sorry, you probably weren't prepared for that.
Hey,
it's just the
it's real
real
talk.
It is, and he wasn't prepared for that. But yeah, she said she missed him, and he ignored it. He didn't respond. He didn't say anything. So yeah, from that moment, I was like, okay, what are you doing? Because I knew there was nobody else. Like, I looked through quite a bit, and like I said, I got bored.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, like I said, for some, it's done freely because they want to be open and
Right.
they want to see more good than bad, and they see more good than bad,
Mm-hmm.
often in longer, healthier relationships. For others, asking for passwords, especially for social media, come from jealousy or lack of trust.
Oh wow, jealousy.
Yeah. The absolute key to figure this out is open, honest communication. Couples have to talk about why they want to share or not share passwords. What's everyone expecting? Are some accounts okay to share, like a joint Netflix account, while others, like personal email or school media DMs, stay private? Okay, and social media DMs, not school. I'm like, school media? What is that?
I'm sitting here like, but anyway.
It's so important to set clear digital boundaries that both partners are truly okay with and agree on. These boundaries aren't set in stone. They can and should change as the relationship grows, always with mutual respect and agreement.
Yeah. All right. And experts really emphasize that consent is everything. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No one should ever feel pressure, force, or guilt trip, into sharing their passwords. Yeah, why would you want to do that?
Yeah, that's not.
If one partner is demanding access, it's often a sign of deeper problems that need to be sorted out, maybe even with a therapist's help.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If one partner says no, that boundary has to be respected without automatically thinking it's a red flag for doing something wrong. Yeah, I guess I didn't think about that. That if your partner says, like, no, I don't want to do that, you can't automatically assume that it's a red flag because they don't want to do it.
Right.
Ugh.
Maybe they heard some horror stories or.
Okay, so in saying that, let me know what y'all think. Like, so if you were to have a conversation with your partner about sharing passwords and they said no, that they didn't feel comfortable doing that, like, how would that make you feel? Because I can't imagine, and I don't even know how it came up with us. Like you said, I think you said I was using your phone and we shared it, phone passwords.
For the Facebook thing, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'm like,
we shared our passwords for whatever we was doing for Legacy Journey.
I'm saying phone passwords. We've been sharing phone passwords
for a long time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's been so long. I don't even remember.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
Yeah, I mean, maybe you needed to use my phone,
but yeah, I can't imagine how it would feel if you said no to that. Like, whenever we started, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I don't know. Well, thankfully you don't.
Because, I know, but I just, like I said, I want to know what you all think. Like, has anyone ever been in that situation? Because that's just interesting to me. Like, yeah, you probably shouldn't think that's a red flag. I probably would think so, because in my mind I'm thinking, well, what is it that you're doing? where that you don't want to share your phone password. Like that's just again, it's just weird to me for someone to say no. And we've been together, living together for 2 years. It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah, that's out.
So let us know y'all thoughts on that.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it might help to ask yourselves, why do we want to share or want access?
Mm-hmm.
Is it about trust, convenience, control, or feeling insecure?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I guess there's a reason for everyone.
You're right. You got to ask yourself why.
Yeah. What are our personal comfort levels with privacy?
Mm-hmm.
Which specific accounts are we talking about and why those? If we do share, what are the ground rules? I.e., emergencies only, no reading through messages. Ugh.
Oh, okay, like boundaries.
Yeah,
boundaries
setting boundaries with the access. Like, what?
Yeah, I don't know how you could police that.
Right, I don't know either. How will we deal with it if one person isn't comfortable sharing any more down the line?
Yeah. Yeah.
At the end of the day, the goal is to find a setup that actually makes the relationship stronger by building trust and respect, not one that tears it down with suspicion or a loss of independence. Yeah, it shouldn't make you sharing your passwords make you feel like you don't have your independence, or you're losing like control of yourself, or no, it's
that sounds like someone young.
Right.
Maybe young.
Right.
Young and into their relationship.
Because I can't imagine us feeling like you're losing yourself because your partner has access to your phone. Again, we share with y'all reasons why you really should.
Right.
At the end of the day, the goal is to find a setup that actually makes the relationship stronger by building trust and respect, not one that tears it down with suspicion or a loss of independence. Sometimes the most trusting thing you could do is respect your partner's wish for digital privacy.
Right. So back to the big question, should you share your passwords in a relationship? As we've unpacked, it is way more complicated than a simple yes or no.
Right.
It is a digital tightrope walk with a potential upsides like stronger trust and convenience, but also loaded with serious risk like losing all your privacy, potential misuse, and that dangerous slide into control.
Right.
Yeah.
But you know what?
Mm-hmm.
Well, so I use incognito when I look up the porn sites when I'm trying.
I'm sure a lot of people do that. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure a lot of people do that once they found out.
I'm just thinking about, what if the police? Anybody. I don't be thinking about you. I be thinking about anybody. But I'm like,
well, you done put it out there now. You're gonna stay an entrepreneur forever, buddy. You put it out there now.
Oh God. Oh, I mean, what's wrong with that? Who doesn't do that?
I'm just saying.
And I'm sure they can still figure it out, but yeah, anyway. Okay.
Yeah, that tells you that that's not a foolproof thing. It says it on there too.
Does it?
Yeah, just because the screen black, it don't mean.
I never seen that.
Uh-huh. All right, so we've seen all that for sure. It's a symbol of complete openness and makes their bond deeper.
Yes.
Okay. For others, it's an absolute deal breaker, a serious breach of personal space that can create resentment and trust.
Mistrust.
And mistrust, that's right. Resentment and mistrust. The research and expert advice generally leans toward being cautious. They stress that sharing passwords should never be a stand-in for real trust, and it absolutely must come from both people genuinely wanting it without any pressure or feeling obligated.
Right.
Yeah, you can't pressure anybody into doing that. Gotta have consent. Remember, asking for passwords can sometimes come from insecurity, and just giving them up might not fix the real issue. There's no magic answer because every relationship is different, and so are the people in them. What truly matters is talking openly. Got real Southern talking. What truly matters is talking openly, setting clear boundaries, and having deep respect for each other's independence and privacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now we're super curious to hear about what you all think about this. Because again, I've never thought about, well, what if they say no? Or what if they're asking because they have insecurity issues?
Mm-hmm.
Or if they have trust issues? Because that's the thing. That's the main thing. You already got to have trust.
Right. Yeah.
In order to share passwords.
Right.
Or be comfortable with it.
Right.
Yeah, because if one of you doesn't have that trust, then
that's a problem.
It's gonna be a problem.
Waiting to happen. And then the whole thing about coercing people, and,
right?
And then, like, what someone can do, because unfortunately people do get divorced. You know what I'm saying? Or break up. Yeah.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah. That
and
con
I know how I would possibly be if we broke up because he did something like cheated or whatever. So yeah. I could see myself doing all they said.
Right.
Taking your money, posting stuff. If I'm hurt like that, I can see myself doing
all of it. Yeah.
Every last one of them.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And so, hey, I get it. However, we don't have those issues.
Again, like I said at the beginning, thank goodness.
Yeah, because that's just too much work.
Yeah.
Oh, I would be tired, hot. Look, I'm hot now. But, okay, so, is sharing passwords a green flag or a red one? Yeah, let us know what y'all think. Have you shared passwords in your relationship? Or is it something you've never even thought about? Because you may not have.
Right.
Because it's just never been up for discussion.
Right.
But if y'all are together and y'all plan to be together for the long run, again, give it a try. If you got nothing to hide, what's the big deal?
Right. I agree.
Yeah. Drop your thoughts and stories in the comments below. Yes, let's get this conversation going, y'all. We want to know. So come on with the comments, y'all.
Yes.
Let us know.
Yes. If you found this video helpful, definitely give it a thumbs up. Drop your stories down there like she said. We want to know. And if you watched it this far, I hope you've subscribed.
Yes.
To our YouTube channel. Yeah, I hope you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Seriously. So we appreciate y'all.
Yes,
again, we got that swag. If you watched this far, go ahead and pick up you some swag. Go ahead and pick up some swag. She looking good in it, matching her earrings and everything. I like it.
Yeah. Oh wait. Oh, wrong side.
Wrong side. Oh yeah.
Wrong side.
All right, y'all. LegacyJourneys.net/swag. And with that being said, this is Carlton.
And I'm Liv.
And this is the Legacy Journeys podcast
where we embrace, explore, and evolve relationships, especially ours.
We'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace.